want to get to the timing.
So to get to so out of the timing, I got personal, relationship, family, work, and friendship.
Okay.
So I always say that we always put the personal time to the back burner because we give it to our jobs.
Right.
We give it to our family, really the
Right.
kids, honestly.
Yeah.
And not even our mate. That's how
agree.
I feel.
Yeah, we can
and
talk.
then friendship.
Right.
We also value friendship as well.
Okay.
We definitely give time to the friendship.
Right.
So which one you deem out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options that we have, which one you deem is important?
I think we left one more out.
Which is?
Like volunteering.
That's personal time.
That's personal time?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that's a part
give
of
it back to the
personal time.
homeless, and that's personal time?
I think so.
Okay.
Because that's a personal, thing
Okay.
within your heart that you want to do.
Okay, so go back to the question. Sorry.
So which one you deem is important?
Is more important? Like
Yeah.
Okay, of course, personal time. Because
Okay.
it's 2021, and y'all might hear me keep saying that, but listen, self-love is for real.
Okay.
And because if you don't invest in yourself with your time, everything else after that is really gonna be like downfall. Right? So I have to keep putting myself first. I have to keep putting my needs first. I have to keep putting my wants. And that timing, personal time, like who I am now. This is not who I was last year, 2 years ago. I'm talking about now I put my time first.
Okay.
And people might invite me to go here and there. I don't mind to go, but if I really can, I will make it. And basically, to sum it up, if I say no, I'm gonna do it with a smile, and I might be just in my bed chilling, doing what I do, and I just didn't feel like going. It depends, but I'm going to put myself first.
Gotcha. So what's next?
What's next? Oh, we doing? Oh, all this is on me?
Yeah.
I thought we would go back and forth.
So
yeah, let's go back and forth.
So what I deem important
Okay.
is family time.
Okay.
So I will put family first. Of course, I put Christ, God.
Of course.
I put that first.
I got
and
you.
then next is my family.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
I
Making
got
sure
you.
they good, they okay. Because that's all we have in life.
Oh, we gonna do debates today.
Okay.
I feel it.
I feel like especially my immediate family,
Okay.
I kind of put them above me.
Okay.
Let's say. And of course my son. I want to make sure he's well taken care of.
Of course, the kids.
And not just financially but just in other aspects of having a relationship with him or just making sure he has that time with me.
Right.
And my family. Because I'm gonna say this. Because of my work experience, I seen where family was put on the back burner and how that resulted at the end.
Okay.
Like nobody knew that you passed.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? So you'll be left in the house for 3 months.
Okay.
6 months.
Wow, I got you.
And nobody even knew because you were kind of self-absorbed. You was an introvert and all of that.
Got you.
And I ever since then it put a different perspective on my outlook on life to deem family as equally important as I am to myself.
Gotcha.
It's like love your neighbor as you would love yourself.
Of course.
I kind of interpret that as my family as well.
Okay.
Like love them as much as I love myself. So I
like
check
that.
on my granddad,
Okay.
my grandma when she was living,
Right.
my uncle, of course my dad and my mom, my brothers and my sisters.
Right.
And then if I had my cousin to come, she would come and I would know she's good. And then my other family members.
Okay.
I deem family as important, as
course.
vital
Right.
as even myself.
Listen, personal, I'm going to put myself first. And then after that, of course, we could go down a line.
But I get what you're saying, though.
I have to do a reset every day.
Right, I get what you're saying.
I close my eyes, I wake up. So what you could do, listen, I'm going to put my
I get what
time
you're saying.
first. And then everything else will fall in line the way it needs to. Because if I'm not happy, ain't nobody gonna be happy. So people might be like, why are you so peaceful? So I'm putting myself first.
Okay.
That personal time.
Okay, so
all right.
So this is another thing, because even if you are not, let's say, happy, being around other people that are happy kind of jumps on you.
I agree and disagree.
Okay.
Because okay.
I just wanted to get your little interpretation on it. That's why I just wanted to
interpretation on that
interject.
is just like, to be honest, if this is not how I am. I'm just saying, if someone is happy and then I'm not happy, I don't think every person who ain't happy want to just, it's by choice. So say if I'm unhappy, and you're happy, and I'm sitting next to you, and you just over there cheesing with your the white teeth, and I'm over here looking like, why in the hell you just over there cheesing? And to be honest, it's just, it depends. I don't know. It's a choice. You understand? So I choose to not to be happy. I'm speaking for those people who might choose. It's a choice. I don't want to be happy because they can be frowning and just like. Listen, people, you smiling, it's less wrinkles. So I don't want to be unhappy, but I'm a happy person over here.
Right.
I get what you're saying, but everybody choose, it's by choice.
Okay, so what's your next one?
Oh, so what we talking about now? The relationship time?
No, I'm saying like what is next? So you deem family first.
Oh, no,
so
no.
what's second?
No, Dean was my personal time.
No, okay, right. So
I said personal,
right?
You said family, right? Okay, boom. So the next second tier, boom, of course, family. Then my family will come into place. What's your second tier?
Then I would do personal.
Okay, so you flipped it. Okay, cool.
Right.
All right.
So the reason why personal is because, let's say, I was thinking about this. I have to have wellness to myself to even give it out to the world. Because like with my family, I can be vulnerable. Not just by myself, because I don't believe in being on my own island. Okay. So if I'm going through something, I believe sharing that with an individual.
I think it's a Gemini thing.
I definitely do it. It probably is, but I definitely would do it with my family. If I'm really going through something or I just need somebody to listen to it, I would go to my family first, and then I would spread it like to my dogs or something like that.
Of course, right.
So I was thinking about fitness, being well, not saying I'm in shape. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I do deem that as important. Self-evaluation. Of course, the mental, the spiritual.
Right.
What else? The emotional.
Yes.
The financial.
Right.
And the communication. It's like 6 things that I kind of follow to be well balanced as an individual.
Right.
So once I go out the door, then I deem that as like, I don't deem it, but then I have things prioritized. Like, then I show the love to my friends, then I show the love to my my job, and then everything else.
Get out my head, because basically what you're saying is the reason why I put personal time first.
I get you.
You understand? So you just always going to be more detailed to me. It depends on what topics, but you basically said everything.
So I deem myself second, far as the time management, and just balancing out my thoughts,
right?
Balancing out my emotional feelings of time management, just making sure that everything is taken care of. Because I think when I was thinking about time management, I think I was thinking about like how I'm cleaning my house, getting up.
That's
like
important too.
what time to do this, and this.
Right.
So I have to do that with my personal time.
Yes.
So those are the things I gotta make sure I try to take care of. I may not be perfect at it.
Right. No one
know
is.
What I'm saying?
Same
so
here.
I still try to practice these certain type of habits, especially when I have the time. Because sometimes your butt get tired.
Of course.
And then you don't want to do nothing at all.
Trust me, I know.
So I definitely put that second.
Gotcha.
So the reason why you put family second?
So the reason why I put family second?
Or family second because of...
Oh, I put myself first. So I thought that was the...
I was trying to make you be more detailed.
I know, but it's...
Okay.
Can we just keep going?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, man.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
I did something wrong.
No,
what
actually,
did I do wrong?
You went blank.
I went blank. Thank you. Listen, you want to know why I went blank, to be honest?
I'm listening.
I was thinking about the conversation we had on Friday. Like, that conversation we had, it was the truth.
Right.
And I was just driving, going to the nails, my nail appointment. And I was like, we were talking.
Right.
And that's why I kind of went blank, because...
You trying to bring that conversation in?
I'm trying to just... I just want to get there. I don't know how we're going to get there, but I really was thinking about Friday conversation.
Right, but the thing with that was when it came down to relationships, which is next.
Which is next.
Right.
Okay.
Golly.
I'm
You're
sorry.
I'm
just rushing it.
Right.
My bad.
So when it comes down to a relationship and giving time to it, like
go ahead. Because what I'm about to say is not for everybody.
Right.
Go ahead.
So how do you feel about it?
I'm on because I'm single. So please understand that. So what I'm saying is coming from a singles perspective. I'm not married, no nothing. So I'm single, right? So listen, right now, okay, when it comes to this relationship and time, I don't care about nobody's feelings. You understand? I don't want to invest in a relationship because that is an investment. And I take that so seriously. So as of right now, I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. It's just I am so working on me to where I do not have the time. I do not have their energy for no one to get to know me and for me to get to know somebody. It's okay for me to have conversations. I don't mind conversating. We could go out. You go to a bar, an outing, social gathering, whatever synonym you want to use. I will talk to you. But that doesn't mean that we need to exchange phone numbers. It doesn't mean that we need to do a follow-up. It was just in that moment. I left for more of a reality in that moment. So relationship timing, guess what? I don't care about nobody's feelings because that's an investment to where I want to use my time in other aspects in other categories because I just don't want to know or care about your feelings. And that's the conversation we were going in on Friday. Right. And again, I'm single. So I'm able to say that. And I applaud all the people who are in relationships. I applaud the people who are married because that's work. And right now I'm so selfish and all about me that I don't care about nobody else feelings when it comes to relationships. And I'm enjoying single life. Drop them gems to all the people who single. And then I'm going to drop them gems for the people who are in a relationship because it's not a bad thing. It's just we talk about relationships and time. But speaking for me and what I was talking to DP about last week, Friday, guess what? I don't care. That's the time I'm talking about. Like, it takes time. Like, if you dating someone, you in a relationship or marriage, it takes time. That is an investment that I don't want to invest in a relationship.
You ruthless.
But guess what? So why bring somebody into my space if I am ruthless? You understand? It goes back to where we said a couple episodes before, if you're not ready, don't jump in.
Right.
So guess what? T is not ready. So I'm not finna jump in that pot people got going on in dating world and, loving. I love people, but I'm talking about that relationship time. I don't have the time.
You don't have the time.
So guess what? I used to hurt people's feelings. I did all of that and I learned from my past. So I'm just a better person and more mature person. So nobody deserves for you to be rude to them. Nobody deserves for you to be negative to them. So I just want to be with my family, friends, and when I see you, I see you. When I don't, I don't. And I don't care about nobody's feelings.
Right.
That's mine. That's what me and DP were talking about last week, Friday, on relationship time.
And my point was to you was...
Go ahead and tell them.
And it's like this. We wasn't put on this earth to be by ourselves. Okay? So the time... How you're speaking right now...
Okay.
I just feel like that's coming from a place where you wasn't selfish in your relationship.
Oh, okay.
So now what you're doing is you're like, well, now it's me, and me.
Okay.
You get what I'm
I
saying?
never thought it that way.
So
is
because
that a good thing?
I think so.
Okay.
Because
Thank you for saying that.
You're kind of entitled to do that.
Okay.
Because you're by yourself. So those things you wasn't able to do before.
Okay.
Now you have the time to do it.
Thank you for saying that.
But this is the thing. With me,
okay,
is that you feel as though that's how you should live the rest of your life.
No, not for the rest of my life.
No, don't do that.
Okay,
because the way you explained it, was that you would rather be single for the rest of your life to pursue
make that point.
to
yes,
pursue your goal.
Yes, I did say that.
And then this is my thing with that.
I got you.
You're not made you wasn't put on the earth to be by yourself.
That's why we having these talks and these debates because I've seen it both ways. I've seen it. It's no right or wrong, because at the end of the day, whatever is for that person. So I can live, if I will be alone in my 60s and 70s. I really don't want to, but as of now, I will probably be okay. But if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't.
I heard a person say, it sounds good in theory.
In theory, but when it really happens, that shit go sink in.
Exactly.
Guess what? I'm still early in my age.
What happens is you have to keep up with that. So you start living a false reality that you have to keep up with what you're saying, instead of just falling forward to what nature actually asks for you to
be with someone.
Exactly. You're going to now start to live. So most women, you get what I'm saying, will feel that way. Like, I need to pursue my career and do this, but then to what end? You're pursuing your career.
Okay.
You're pursuing all of the admirations that you have had throughout your life,
you build
right?
a legacy for your kids.
How?
Like, you really
but
grinding.
Wait.
Okay.
You cannot take over.
I'm sorry.
What I'm saying. You can't beat me to my own thought.
Then I said the debate was coming. I told these people what was going on. Go ahead. This is what listen. I understand. Shut up. Go ahead. I'm trying.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
I think I'm gonna make a little path for that.
Listen, that's what we here for. Everything got to be perfect. But go ahead.
So why? How are you gonna to what end? Right? I was saying, to what end? For you to be single, sad, and lonely with all this money?
But what is the term lonely? Because I can have a little both thing. It don't matter whoever that person is.
Listen, you're going to be so caught up into your career that you're not going to be able to get that much time. Because you gave me an example of the lady, but let me finish my thought first.
Okay, go ahead.
Right, so what end? You're not going to have a legacy to leave for your kids, because by the time, you may leave money for them.
Okay, you might leave the money for them.
So what is that? You haven't taught them anything because you didn't have the time to spend with them because you're making the money.
I disagree, because at the end of the day, from what I'm speaking, my kids will always come first. I'm talking about a relationship as a spouse. Let me be clear. Like, let me clarify that. What I'm talking about is only for a spouse. So nothing to do with, especially the kids. I'm only speaking for the spouse.
Right. Okay. Again, it sounds good in theory.
I don't know it yet.
But in reality, that is not, you may say to yourself, you're going to have time for your kids, right?
Right.
That's what you're thinking.
Because I do that now.
Right. Okay. But yet you haven't to be stretched out.
Stretcher is what you're saying, because I'm stretched out.
No.
Okay, so it's another level of stretched out.
Come
on now,
as the millionaires, as the people that really pursue their career.
So what is the difference about what money is in your account versus what it really is now? Because honestly, I feel like hell, I'm stretched now. Like, I just put a post in on our Facebook thing to where how many minutes and text messages that I've done in a month. And I want y'all, if y'all could just type, but I did over 4,600 text messages in a month. I don't know if that's normal or not. And then on the phone, verbally, minutes, I did 3,800. And that's just in a month. I don't even know if that's high, medium, low, but I feel based off those data that I go to my account, that's a lot.
Okay. So
I'm stretched thin, regardless of if I'm a millionaire or not. I feel like I'm still stretched in.
Right.
Okay.
So when I say something, I just want you to listen to me.
Okay.
Don't beat me to my own conclusion.
Sorry.
All right.
Okay.
I need to get it out.
Okay.
Because that's the only way I'm gonna get my point across.
Gotcha.
So if I'm explaining something, let me explain it.
And zip it up.
Thank you. So I'm saying that if you have this time, if you're making the time to pursue your career, you're going to be limited with time, okay, to spend time with your kids. That's just one point. All right. So if you don't have time with your kid, well, let's start from when let's say you're single.
I am.
No. Oh. Let's say you're single with no kids. That's why I say don't say nothing.
Sorry.
Let me finish. Let's say you single with no kids, because there's girls out there that's listening to other women that's saying pursue their career, right? So let's say you go through your from 19 to 25, not even trying to establish a relationship with a man because you're pursuing your career. By the time you get into the dating scene, you're going to be clueless to what's going on. And then I don't even think you'll make it to that dating scene because of the simple fact that there's another level of career that person will try to pursue. So basically, you'll be in school from the time that you turn 19 to the time you turn 35. By the time you turn 35, there's a likely chance that no guy is going to want to deal with you because you're too old, set in your ways, and all of those things. So I try to encourage girls or women, girls that want to become women, it depends on the type of woman, but I try to encourage them to try to work on a relationship with somebody else. That's what I try to do. I try to let them see that it's more beneficial. It gives you more purpose in life to actually be involved with somebody else. Because if you try to teach this lifestyle of pursuing your career to do, and like I say, to what end? At the end of that 35-year-old woman with no kids, she leaves no legacy to nobody. All that money goes straight to the state. The reason why I know this is because that's what happened to my auntie. She died by herself. She got older in age, right? 60, no kids. Now, grateful that she had nieces and nephews, and those were her kids, but she didn't have nothing to give nothing to. You get what I'm saying? Now she was just a mist that was here and left. Just a memory of a few people. She wasn't as effective to the whole world. Now, if you put a person on a higher scale, the lanes that you said you want to be in, that's where I'm coming from. You want to be on the show helping other people out. You're not going to have time for your kids if you're on the TV.
I disagree.
The reason why I'm saying that is because if you look at the majority of women that are on the show, they have to give more than a man. They have to give more. They have more time. They have to spend more time. That's why they have to take a sabbatical for a couple of years just to have a child. They have to step away from the stage because a man can do both. They can kind of be in their child's life and then they can kind of, be on TV.
And why the woman can't do that?
Because when a mom becomes a mom, she wants to be involved. That's why. A mom gonna really want to be involved. Other than that, the child will look to another woman as a mom.
I disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the only reason why I disagree, number one, I'm not there where I want to be. Like the people that he's speaking about, I mentioned to him last week conversation was like Oprah Winfrey and like Iyala Valdez, right? So let me just put that out there. Like I really love those two platforms, especially Iyala Valdez, because she was a giver, she's a healer. Like she went through life, she just wanted to help, but that lady said, "Look, I need to retire." So that's what he's talking about. But I disagree on it for the simple fact that my kids will always come first. So my scheduling, my timing goes based off my kids. And the reason why I say that, I have plenty of people now ask me out on dates. I have plenty of people ask me just to go to these outings. But guess what? I would turn it down because if my kids not in line and I feel that I need to give them more attention, and I feel like, dang, for the past 2 or 3 days, I don't feel like we did something. Guess what? I put my kids first.
But that's a relationship that you don't want.
What is you talking about?
So you're talking about guys asking you on a date.
Because I don't.
Wait.
Okay.
Right? That's a guy that's asking you on a date.
Say people.
Guys with the S.
But it could be woman.
Okay, so you have people. Since you just gotta interrupt me.
I'm sorry.
So you have people asking you out on dates, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you will refuse, right?
By choice.
Again, I get that.
Okay.
But now let's take it a step further. This is a TV show now asking you to be on TV, which that's what you aspire to do.
Right.
But your kids have a performance. Which one is going to come first?
So you telling me I can't go to the performance?
No. Don't change and don't move the goalposts.
Okay.
Answer the question how it's given, because I'm trying to get somewhere. Because that's the thing. You think that it's going to go one way, and it's not. It's going to go the opposite way.
Got you.
So I'm putting you in that opposite.
I guess I would never be where I think I would be until my kids will go through that stage to where mommy, we good. Like in they 20, I would take, guess what? I guess y'all will see me on TV, try to pursue that in my 40s and 50s, and I will be okay with that.
Okay.
To be honest, because I'm going to be there for my kids.
Right.
So if that.
Okay. So that means you value relationships over your personal type of like admirations, like your goals, even though you refuse being on TV, let's say, right? Just so why not come back to the relationship scope? Wait, because it's more important. That's what I'm trying to get to you. This is the point I was trying to make. It's more important to have a relationship, and I say with people, than to try to be something that is kind of like contradictory to what you're trying to establish in your own family or kid's life. Because I'm going to say this, and like I said when we was talking, I said what happens is parents neglect their kids and don't even realize it. You get what I'm saying? Because they go after those things. So I use the analogy of the church. I watch us kids sit in church watching our parents dedicate their lives to the church, not so much of God, but to the church, where they lost their kids. They lost their kids to drug dealers, selling drugs, either using drugs, to a different lifestyle other than, marrying a woman or a man. You get what I'm saying? Alternate lifestyle. Also, seeking love from other people. So now they done lost their kids because they wasn't paying attention to the set foundation. From the beginning of time, it was all about family. If you look at Adam and Eve, and then when they had Cain and Abel, it was the first ministry was family. If you don't take care of that first, nothing else matters. So Oprah Winfrey, no offense to whatever she has established, once she passes away, she's just going to be a memory. Not saying she doesn't have nieces and nephews, because I don't know her dynamic, but that's it. Then what has she really put into this earth that the family really going to benefit off of?
Other than her money. Is that what I'm taking?
Right. Because they didn't learn nothing from her because she doesn't have any kids. She dedicate her kids is her money.
But I feel like that's her choice.
That's fine.
That's her choice.
I'm not disagreeing because she already made that choice.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do is for people I don't know what options she was facing. So for me and the people that I surround I surround them, like for you, me with you, I would encourage you. I'm not saying don't pursue that. That's going to come in time.
Right.
But make sure that you try to take care of home first. You need a family in order for you to try to pursue outside options. You got to think about that relation. I'm just saying that relationship should be key in order to get you there.
That's why we just having these conversations, because I still disagree. So
I feel
that's
you.
all. But I'm
gonna go a little bit biblically.
Okay.
Right. So I can't quote the scripture verbatim.
Okay.
But basically it tells you in order for you to be like basically a deacon in the church, you must be married to one wife.
Okay.
Right. Because there are certain things that's going to take place that you need a significant other.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So, and again, this is why I believe there will be two to gain somewhere. Okay. You get what I'm saying? And then two can accomplish more than one.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So if you want to have that lifestyle of success, if you notice, most of celebrities end up trying to find a mate.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I noticed it.
I'm
saying
okay.
I noticed that. Look, if you look at the power, because that's what it's about.
Okay.
Power couple, power couple, power couple.
Okay.
These people try to find people to help them get to that next level. Okay. Because you still need somebody home taking care of the kids because you're going to be on the TV show.
Okay. You
even seen movies where the maybe the dad was home and he was like, look at mommy on TV. Matter of fact, Love and Basketball.
Okay.
You remember at the end?
Yes.
Right. Mommy was on the court while the daddy was on the sideline. You need that type of unity in order to get to that next level. You get what I'm saying? Maybe the guy couldn't do it.
I get what you're saying.
Yet the girl was able to do it. So that's what I was trying to, and I may have been all over the place to get to that point.
I got you.
But that I think that's very vital. And I will not encourage especially young adults that's learning, trying to understand like this life. Don't try to do it by yourself. Try to find somebody.
I have a question.
I'm listening.
So my question is, what if you on this road to whatever it is? It could be success, building a legacy, whatever we want to call it, right? And what if you just come across multiple people who really nagging in your ear, who's very insecure, who's trying to dim your light, who's trying to stop your hustle, who's trying to stop you making your money. I'm talking about how can you, I get what you're saying. So I'm not knocking anything you saying, but in my life right now, if you're just any negativity to try to dim my light, take my jewels off my crown, if you're not here to add, if you're not even to, like what you said, because I agree, but I feel like it's so many red bees out there, meaning it's so many negative people, wrong people for you. It's hard to get to the green bees. So I'm not knocking it down because that's why I said I'm still going to have a social life, because you never know, maybe within that outing or whatever, that social gathering, it might turn into, hey, you want to exchange numbers, I will be open to it. But it's just the reality. It's a lot of red bees out there more than the green bees. So my question is, why keep those red bees around if you're not here to help grow with me or help? I don't want to hear the nagging. I don't want to hear, well, why you got to do this around this time of night, or why you got to keep going. I don't want to hear that. So how can a person like me grow if I have someone in my ear, because they probably not on the same level or accomplishments or goals or well, you know? So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So if I do find a green bee, I'ma still look, but I'ma still keep doing me. And I feel like it's some couples out there to where it might be some married couples out there. They probably don't see each other for months, because guess what? His itinerary and her itinerary might be two different things. So baby, I'm in California, you might be in New York, but guess what? We still married. And then when they get together, I'm sure they'll make it work. They'll make it memorable. If kids are involved, kids will be at the, it's just, so it's so many layers to where if it works for that couple, it's going to work for that couple. And for me, I have not experienced what I just said as an example, but I'm willing to listen. Kids, where are you? They might be here in this state. Whoever my significant other is might be in another state. I might be in another state. We might be all stretched out then, but guess what? If we okay with that, we okay with that. And again, I have not experienced anything I'm saying. I'm just saying, hypothetically, I will be open to whatever I need to do in order for me to be happy. My kids will always come first. And that's just what I'm saying.
So to answer your question, what do you do when you encounter those individuals or that particular person? So like, I only can go biblically, don't be unequally yoked. I don't think that's just a dynamic that's spiritually so, but I think that's just across the board. It's just a universal type of statement. You know, you don't want nobody that isn't similar to who you are. Association bring on simulation. So if you have the ambition or you have the goal or you're goal driven, I believe you should be with somebody that's kind of understanding or just on the same type of movement. Now, what happens is, because you're great at a particular thing, which is the goal-driven ambition, but then other things become lack because there's no balance. That's why we were talking about the time management. So if you are not putting work into a relationships to make sure that everything is balanced across the board, then what benefit of dating a person that's even unequally yoked or equally yoked? You get what I'm saying? So when it comes down to me, of course I will want my my significant other to actually, like, literally have hunger to do better for themselves.
Okay.
You know, but I understand you don't want nobody you don't want to be involved with nobody that's tearing you down. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be involved with nobody that is like just speaking negative or won't let you pursue those things that you want to pursue. But then those are things you should be able to talk about in the initial conversation of having a relationship. When we did the date, you know, your first date, then 6 months down
people
the line,
change, but I'm not taking like that away. People change,
right, they do, but you should be able to see the change, especially after 6 months. You get what I'm saying? So you should start seeing the stuff. That's why you should continually have the conversation. So as you begin to have these conversations, you see if they're going to do what they say they're going to do. Like, for example, somebody literally like told me, like, you still doing the same thing that you were doing like 2 years ago, Dwayne? You didn't change it up? Okay. And I was like, thank you. Self-check. You feel me? Thank you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And it was something small. Okay. It wasn't even nothing like drastic, but I'm glad they said it to me.
Right.
Because it woke me up even as an individual. Okay. Because of course I know I'm not perfect and all that stuff. Right. And I went left. So it tightened me up. Gotcha. You get what I'm saying? As an individual. So to answer your question, I believe that you shouldn't be unequally yoked when it comes down to your ambition and your hunger, you know, to succeed in a relationship. So, far as me and me being involved with someone, I just believe in balance, you know, and I believe that I should be able to help her and she should be able to help me. She should not be in my way of succeeding. For example, like if I'm sitting on the keyboard, she shouldn't come over there where I'm at and nag me, you know? So I expect for her to understand that at this time is not her time. You get what I'm saying? But let me make time to do what I need to do for me. Right. As well as I will let her do for her. So sometimes if she's at her house and I'm sitting there and I see that she's like maybe get on the laptop because she's looking up some clients that she needs to go and, you know, clean their home and stuff like that, okay, I'll get up and leave. You know, because I don't want to be no type of interference in her success. Right. Like I tell her, like, yo, go look, you know, go and look for clients so you can build up your brand, so you could do what you need to do for yourself. Gotcha. So, but that's me. Other guys, they may feel like, oh, I don't want my girl to work, so I just want her to cater to me. So you need to provide the finances to make that happen. Now, as far as balancing the time out, we also have our own time for each other. Okay. So you can, it's just like going to work. You go to your job, I go to my job, then we come home, we have time for the kids, and then we make personal time for ourselves. Right. Now, with ourselves, what are we accomplishing? Because I don't believe just watching the TV is accomplishing like relationship time. Right. I agree. I sit up there, we may play cards, we may even talk about certain things like far as future, or even if this relationship shall last, or what changes needs to be made. How are we becoming better people? So we'll sit there and just have these conversations. Or if it's something that she may see on IG, she may just send it my way and then we talk about it later, this, that, and the third. But I'm all in agreement of becoming a well-developed person, even in my relationship. So I feel like this. If I want to succeed the world, I need a mate.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I would need, because you get more done with too.
That's why we having these conversations,
right? I can't do it, and I learned even by watching celebrities now. They cannot do it by themselves.
Okay.
Because it's just too much to do. You cannot be the manager, the engineer,
right,
the director,
right,
the what you call it, the writer,
right.
You get what I'm saying?
The editor,
right?
Makeup artist.
You cannot do everything because it's too exhausting. Something will go lack,
right?
And 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be your family. You get what I'm saying? And then that's just the real thing, because you'll see celebrities like as the nanny. That's why the nanny came about.
Yeah, gotcha.
Nanny, bring the baby to me so I can just have this time while I'm on my break.
Right. Versus you just really there. Right. I get it. I got what you're saying.
So I think that's the reason why I think that having a significant other is very important.
Thank you for giving me that knowledge, because I'm not knocking nothing down, but I really like the knowledge, how you just really summed it up, and it's something to add in the box and kind of keep it in there, but it still will be what I said earlier.
Because and I believe the reason why, because you have to live up to what you're saying, one, and then two, you are stubborn.
Okay. Oh, yes.
You get what I'm saying? You will literally have to hit your head, because I'm the same way.
Okay.
My mom was telling me, you're stubborn.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Other individuals tell me the same thing. You will like my brother used to tell me that you will literally go to the edge of the bridge and like your feet not dangling but just hanging off.
Okay.
To get a person there to show their love, affection, whatever it may have been,
gotcha.
To see if it's real. And he's like, why do that? You get what I'm saying? Why not just be assertive?
Did you give him an answer when he asked you why?
Probably didn't, because I wasn't developed then.
Okay.
We was in high school when he said that.
Oh, okay.
We were in high school and we were walking to school.
Gotcha.
And we were just doing, we were talking about something spiritual. And then I gave him an example.
Okay.
And then he started talking about me.
Gotcha.
And then when he did that, that's when that came about, that whole scenario, me being out there on the edge, or he saw me in a relationship with the person and saw what I did, and then that came out of that. So that's how I ended up finding out about it. And I couldn't give an answer, but it was a self-check.
Okay.
You know, once he came to me about it, I was like, man, I got to think about that. And then he's like, you shouldn't do that.
Okay.
You know, and check yourself on that. And then I was able to improve. Not saying I got it right then and there.
Of course.
But then eventually, you know, I understand, okay, Dwayne, you don't have to do the most to let somebody prove something to you.
Okay.
Just do your part, and if they do it, they for you. If they don't do it, they're not for you.
Okay.
So that's how that came about.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah, that's why I put kind of like my family in front, because I really like, my family is awesome. So I really appreciate them, because they help me, you know, become who I am today.
Right.
And not just one individual, but all of them.
Right.
Even down to my sister. So, and my cousin.
Okay.
Show me certain things about myself. They're literally, Dwayne, you shouldn't have done that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? In this self-evaluation. So you have to live up to what you're saying. And then it's hard for you to apologize. Not saying you won't. Right. But it'll be something.
I apologize.
Yeah, it'd be one of those that has to come out and for you to even.
That was that strength that I think she just shook the table. Hey, I just shook the table. Listen.
So, I can like K. Michelle out
here.
Listen,
I get you.
Yeah. So you'll be so stubborn, and I mean, that's just something we all have to like.
Growth. Growth is optional. And I think we should do just to add, we should do an episode talk about family, because it's family, nothing but love. It's always love over here. Right. But I just wanted to add that.
Right. So and then to move on.
Okay.
Because we done did our relationship thing.
That's the one I wanted to get out. But thank you for allowing me to be me. Keep going.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
And then we can focus on, of course.
Okay.
I think we got work and friendship. So my thing with, I put work last.
Oh, work is always last for me. We on. Hey, they drop them gems for that time, man. Work is last for whatever y'all work. Listen, work is at the bottom of my list for time, man.
I really believe that, like, you know, because you only have one life, so you shouldn't work yourself to death. That's one of the regrets a lot of people have on their deathbed.
Right.
That they work too much. They work for somebody else and all that stuff.
Right.
Or even for entrepreneurs, they work too much. They should have gave more time to their family and stuff like that. What is the profit to gain all this money and then lose the purpose of life? Okay. That's how I look at it.
Gotcha.
And not saying I'm perfect, but I understand the purpose of money, of course. Right. That's my interpretation. But I understand also the purpose in having relationships with other people.
Right.
That's why I value my friends' relationship. Like, I don't have to be the head honcho of my friends' relationship, because I know who I am as a person.
Right.
Like, cause like, people may see me with my friends and be like, bro, you played a lesser role. Yeah, because I don't have time for that debating back and forth. And if I do, I will only debate with the ones that can really handle it.
It's roles in friendships that? Like, what?
I believe so.
What?
To a certain extent.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, because certain friends can't handle certain things.
Okay.
You know, and I believe that's something you just have to know with your friends. You get what I'm saying? So in my friendships that I have, I know what role to play with them, or just position. I wouldn't even call it a role, but just a position. Because as a friend, I believe I don't have to speak to my friend every single day.
Right.
But long as I pick up the phone when they call, or they pick up the phone when I call, I think it's fine. Because I understand, like, we're not young anymore. They have families.
Right.
Some of them are married.
Yes.
Some of them are in relationships.
Right.
They have kids. So they're not going to always be able to answer the phone.
Right.
But I know, like, okay, if you call me after a certain time, like, my dogs already know. If they call me after 10 o'clock, I know it's important.
Right.
Or it's something urgent.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? And
gotcha.
Anytime before that, if I so happen to miss their call and I get back to them the next day, 9 times out of 10 we joking and laughing about something small, or we're just trying to get to accomplishment if that leads in a relationship.
I got you.
I got something more with friendships, but I ain't gonna continue to talk. I'm gonna let you talk.
Okay, so we talking about friendship right now?
I guess the level, because you already said work was last, so the only thing we had left was
the friendship that put I'm gonna just, us Geminis, we go all across, we just go here, right? So let me go to the work. Even the work is last, right? And the only reason why, and I'm a strong listen, when it comes to work, the reason why it's at the bottom of the list, because I feel that every human being should have some type of entrepreneurship. It's 2021. I feel that, I don't know if I said this before, I probably did, but what I'm teaching my kids, basically find your talent, number one. Number two, invest in your talent. And number three, that's how you're going to make your money. You understand? So when it comes to time, I really try to wipe out the clocking in, even if you're on salary. It's just, I'm really teaching my kids, don't depend on the work environment. Really try to invest in your talent, so that way you could be an entrepreneur. Like, really, that's what I'm a stern believer in my house. You understand? And if you want to have a hobby, that's when the work can come in. Like you kind of pretty much stated earlier, like, hey, you know, you might want to cut the grass, you might want to help out with somebody lifting things. I feel that type of work should be optional. That's my mindset. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So, because you need work, you know, to get your money. So but go ahead.
I got one thing to ask.
Okay.
My bad. Because I was going to answer a question on my own.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm not going to ask a question. What I'm going to do is make a statement. Okay. I believe that even working for someone else, you can learn from other companies how to master even your own company.
Of course.
So I believe
internship is still there.
I believe that.
Yeah. Listen, that's why I said investment. I feel that still go into investing because your timing still needs to go somewhere else. So I like what you said, and we're just going to add that into the investment of yourself because that's why I said volunteering. Remember I said, I feel like we're missing something because it's just to add to what you just said. So I said volunteering earlier. But you just said personal too. Personal, but it's just, I think all of that still ties down. So that's why work to me is at the bottom, and that's that, right? I just want to get that out. So friendship, we talk about friendship.
That's the last thing.
Oh, last thing. So even though friendship not last, but we're going back to friendship. I take friendship. I'm learning because I did fall off. Let me just be real.
Did.
I failed off.
You did. Okay, well, I want you to save me one no backfire.
Listen, and I'm learning, and I thought sometimes in what I was going through, I really thought that you supposed to cut everybody off. Some people might feel like, you know what, it is the right thing to do. Some people might say, you know what, it's not. That's why we just having these conversations to steer up and, drop it in the comments or leave feedback. But friendships, I value friendships because we need each other. I went to a seminar, and like this woman said, she said, look, keep your girlfriends. You understand? I get you got your dudes and your significant others, but you still need to keep your girlfriends around because you're human. Like, don't let your girlfriends go. That don't mean we got to talk every day.
Right.
Because I don't talk to all of my girls every day. I might have a very small selective few that I really talk every day, but like just to piggyback what you said, most of my girls, we do not talk every day. Or even if you have male friends, to me, let me get on the opposite sex of friendship, if you don't mind, because I feel that personally and honestly, it's okay to have an opposite male friend, but it's not for everybody. And we had this conversation at my old job, like it was a younger guy. He was like, how do you feel about opposite sex friendships? I said, well, you want me to be honest? If one person is sexually attracted to the other person, because remember, a friendship is still a party of two, right? If one person out of a party of two is sexually attracted to the other person, it's not going to work out. And I'm just being honest. If someone be like, oh, what? Like, listen, if he attracted to her, he might try her, or she attracted to him, she might try him. And is it fair to either of the spouses? It's not fair. And I'm going to just be real. But if you really say, you know what? I don't think I find you attractive. Guess what? The friendship really can work. But I'm really talking about real shit. If somebody out of that friendship think, you could add to a yes or no, I just feel that it could be a possibility that something can go down because that person is going to test you. So do I agree with opposite, friendships? I do. I'm a very respectful person, but it's just I was asked that question, and that was just my answer. That it depends on if your girl attracted to him, or it depends on if your dude attracted to her. Hey, I'm gonna just be real. But who really go tell their significant other, oh, I'm really attracted to that person or not? Let's be for real. But I'm just being honest. But that's just when it comes to the opposite friendship. But I really value friendship. Don't lose your girlfriends, and if you do have those male friends, don't lose them neither, because it's not worth it, because it's all genuine, it's all innocent, it's all love. And guess what? I'm a social butterfly, so I just love to talk. But that's just me on friendship.
Okay.